guys, it's ChaosMaelstrom here, and welcome to the bonus episode of Banjo-Kazooie. In the last episode, we defeated Gruntilda and saved Spiral Mountain. And in this episode, we're going to talk about, basically other stuff that we can see. First, I'm going to go over the stuff we missed. As you can see here, there is this very obvious boulder here. If you remember in the finale, Gruntilda fell from her tower and landed here. So yeah, this is where Gruntilda is now. She will be here forever. But she doesn't give you any more amusing rhymes to amuse you with. Plus, she won't be in her lair anymore, so if you like the stuff she said, you're probably not going to be seeing much of her anymore from this point forward. Sorry. I defeated you with the claw swipe attack. You should be ashamed. Also, I realized I never even showed the game over scene that you get before, if you end the game before trying to rescue Tootie. Here's what happens if you get a game over before rescuing Tootie. Here is the one Gruntilda location I never knew about. That's right, guys. Something in the game I didn't know about. No wonder I could never answer some of those questions. Alright, well, just to humor us, even though we don't need those disgusting secrets told to us anymore, let's go and see what Gruntilda has to say. Did you know Warbags keeps a dragon's foot in her pocket for luck? That is disgusting. I've also seen my sister curling her dirty undies in bed at night. That's something I would expect some low-life pervert to do, cuddle a girl's dirty undies, but whatever. Okay, last secret. Better make this one count. She's really proud of her broomstick. It's a top of the range Super Gut Lifter Pro! Alright, and that is it for those. Also, there are a couple of Easter eggs with Mumbo. I didn't get it on this capture, but occasionally he can accidentally turn you into a washing machine. And then he will move on to go and turn you into the correct transformation. And even more rare than that, he will offer to turn you into a T-Rex, but then he changes his mind saying it's too good for this game. Yeah, this game. It sure would be awesome if we could turn into a T-Rex in a sequel, though. Another thing I never realized. We never even went into Banjo's house. So we're going to do that right now. And while I'm doing that, while I'm showing things off, I will tell you guys about cheat codes. We already know about some of the cheat codes in the game. Like, for example... Crap. I lost my train. Right, Cheetos cheat codes. Those are... Blah, 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 blah. I cannot talk straight. Cheetos cheat codes are blue eggs, red feathers, and gold feathers, which double your pickup limit of those things. There are some more cheat codes you can obtain in the game. How do you do this? Well, go into Banjo's house and look at Bottle's picture. I think you have to be closer to it than that. Well, hey! You found my secret moving picture game! Complete this puzzle and you can win a mystery prize! Better be good, Soil Brain. Do I get some new moves? Maybe. Now watch this. Oh god, I'm tripping out. Oh dear. Use the control stick to move Banjo's hand. Press A to pick up and put down the pieces, and B to return them to the side or the left and right C buttons to rotate them. Yeah, this is completely optional. You do not have to do this at any time or point in the game. It can be pretty challenging if you're not sure of what to do. So, first puzzles are pretty easy, but later on down the road, they can get to be pretty hard. I want to put it there. Jeez. What do you mean it doesn't... Oh. Okay, well, I didn't mean to pick that one. Okay, apparently the hit detection... I'm not familiar with this hit detection. So yeah, first one's very easy, and all around not difficult at all. There are a total of 6 of these, I believe you can do. Actually, I think it's 7. So yeah, there are 7 puzzles you can do at this point in the game, and each of them unlocks a really funny reward. What is it? Well, you will see as soon as I complete this puzzle. Also, there is a point you can do this. You can only do this once you have a completed save file of the game, and then you can do it in any game file you want, but you have to obtain the jigsaw from Treasure Trove Cove Sandcastle first. Hey, you did it! It was easy, Beetle Breath. What do we win? Listen carefully, and I'll tell you. Use the tiles on the floor of the sandcastle in Treasure Trove Cove to spell the word Bottles Bonus 1. Go and give it a try. And that we shall. So, I'll meet you guys in Treasure Trove... You can also try level 2 of my game if you like. Okay, yeah, just look at the picture again. But we're not here to do that. But that is a little cool Easter egg, and its rewards are pretty, well, worth seeing. So I will show you guys those in just a moment. Just a moment. And here we are. Let's go ahead and take care of that black snippet so he doesn't bother us, since we're going to be here a long time. Because there are lots of other cheat codes in the game. And I will talk about all of them. But first, let's talk about the one that we do know about. Let's go ahead and enter the code, Bottles Bonus 1. Don't worry about pressing the same letter more than once. It won't hurt you. Yeah. And as you might have noticed, entering these codes takes a while. I am so glad that they improved this in Banjo-Kazooie because the cheating system, the cheat code entering system in that game works a lot faster. But still, we're just about done. Ready to see what our awesome reward is? Here we go! Ah! Yeah, so our head is now giant. And he said we could type in no bonus to remove any of these codes. So yeah, those are the bottles codes. I will throw up the rest of those codes that you get from playing those mini games up on screen right now. Oh, crap, I entered the wrong thing. Oh, I didn't know it kept going. Okay. Yay, my head is back to normal. Okay, now time to talk about some of the other stuff you can do in here. There are some codes that break this game. I will throw those up on screen right now. Note that you have to enter cheat before entering these codes, otherwise it will not work. Oh, and also, they stop working when you save and quit. Here's another series of cheats that you can enter that open world doors and note doors. However, if you enter too many of these at one time, Gruntilda will erase your save file. I am not joking. And it sucks. Whereas bottles will just threaten you at the beginning of the game, Gruntilda literally will erase your save file. I'm not sure if this works at the end of the game after you defeated her, but I don't know. That's something for other people to find. But anyway, here are those codes. There are also some more codes that you can use to remove certain obstacles from the game, even though you can usually remove them normally. Again, like the last two sets of cheats, you have to enter cheat first before you enter these codes. Here they are. And lastly, a few codes for the moves that you can have. If you don't want to go talk to bottles, which should be easy since all they do is give you the abilities to learn the move that you learn in Treasure Trove Cove. Why you would need this cheat, I don't know. Now that we've gotten everything of importance that I missed I want to talk about right now out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about beta elements from the game. The code name for the original Banjo-Kazooie before it was even called Banjo-Kazooie was Project Dream. This was a pirate RPG planned for the SNES by Rare. However, Project Dream was scratched due to development debates and issues, mainly about what other games were coming along at the time. Tim Stamper, one of the key people behind the project, wanted an animal as a character, and so they took one of the characters, Banjo, who was a bear, from Project Dream, and made him the main character of Banjo-Kazooie. Kazooie was added in as well, of course. There's a lot more story from the original Banjo-Kazooie that was cut or changed, so I highly recommend that you check it out if you're interested. There were tons and tons of unused music tracks by, you guessed it, the mighty composer himself, Grant Kirkhope. If you want to see some of the music that was cut from the final game, you can go check it out on YouTube. I'm pretty sure Greg Kirkhope himself has uploaded the beta files of music for Banjo-Kazooie. You could probably go check it out on his channel. I do believe he has one. Wait, what do you mean? Of course I know. I'm subscribed, duh. Yeah, but it's really interesting if you go check it out, because you'll realize that a lot of this music has elements that were reused in later Rareware games, such as stuff from Banjo-Tooie, Donkey Kong 64, etc. There were also several cut stages from the game. Fungus Forest was one such stage. If you actually go into Banjo's house, you will see a picture of Banjo in Fungus Forest. It's a little Easter egg the developers threw in, I guess. Fungus Forest was cut from this game, but it actually came back in Donkey Kong 64 as Fungi Forest. If you want to make some huge theory about how Spiral Mountain and Donkey Kong's Island are connected, be my guest. Mount Fire Eyes is yet another cancelled stage. However, it was brought back in Banjo-Tooie as the lava side of Hailfire Peaks. That's why we see Gobi there, and quite literally why Gobi says we'll never find him in the lava world, because it doesn't exist in this game. There were planned to be 16 worlds total, but only 9 made the final cut. Many of these worlds happen to resurface in Banjo-Tooie, which we will get to one day. And now, the main thing I bet people are asking about, Stop and Swap. What is Stop and Swap, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. This was an extra thing the game developers put in where you could unlock secrets in Banjo-Tooie by having Banjo-Kazooie as well. You would find these secrets in Banjo-Kazooie, and then you would be able to transfer them over into Banjo-Tooie. The way you would do this is power down the Nintendo 64 with Banjo-Kazooie in it, and then insert Banjo-Tooie, and then power it on within 10 seconds. All of your stuff would carry over from Banjo-Kazooie into Banjo-Tooie. However, there was a bit of a problem with this. A console revision made it so that the 10-second delay to insert Tooie into the N64 was downgraded to 1 second. Ultimately, this feature was scrapped. However, the items that Mumbo shows you at the end of the game do still make appearances in Banjo-Tooie. And believe it or not, they are also obtainable in Banjo-Kazooie. How, you might ask? Well, they are still hidden in with the game with codes, so you can obtain all the Stop and Swap items in Banjo-Kazooie. How do you enter the codes? Where else? At Treasure Trove Cove Sandcastle. Right, so let's go ahead and start entering some of those Stop and Swap codes. How do they work? Well, like most of the other cheats, you have to type in cheat first. And for some reason you can't enter more than 2 codes at once in this sandcastle before you have to exit and then enter again. Alright. Let's give it a go. Here is the first one, which will be, out of the sea it rises to reveal more secret prizes. Alright, and if I did this right... I screwed it up. Another thing I should mention. After you enter cheat, the letters will not light up or make any sound, unlike for any other codes. This is fine, just make sure you keep entering the codes correctly, and don't type in a wrong letter. Okay, if I entered this right... There we go! Look at that! Shark Food Island has come up out of the sea! Alright. And I believe the next code is... Now you can see a nice ice key, which you can have for free. Alright. And if I got this right... Here it comes! There we go! The Ice Key Cavern is open. Next up is this code. A desert door opens wide. Ancient secrets wait inside. However, you might notice that the desert door was already open. That's because I already entered this code on another save file because I thought it would I wanted to test it to see if it actually worked. I thought it would only stay on that save file. I was wrong. Okay, but the next code after that is, don't you go and tell her about the secret in the cellar. Oh, I'm surprised that worked. Alright. Next code is, amidst the haunted gloom, a secret in the bathroom. There we go. Alright, next up, this secret you'll be grabbing in the captain's cabin. Alright, got another one. And the last stop and swap code. Now Banjo will be able to see it on Nabnut's table. And with this, all the stop and swap treasures are now obtainable in this game. Now, why don't you guys look at my view totals menu for a moment. If we pan all the way back, it ends at the game total. If we pan all the way forward, it ends at Click Clock Wood. Once I collect a stop and swap item, I will no longer have only those. I will also have a section of that view totals menu dedicated to stop and swap items. So, this is probably one of the few copies of Banjo-Kazooie out there that hasn't done this already. Looks like things are gonna change. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Right now. Sounds like somebody opened a boss door in Donkey Kong 64. But yeah, once I collect a stop and swap item, my menu will never be the same. This is the very last time I will get to have my menu like this. So... Hope I didn't grow that attached to that menu in the meantime. Alright, we already saw this once. We know what we gotta do. Just gotta keep on jumping. Just keep jumping, keep jumping. We almost there? Nope, not quite. Okay, one more. And now... Here it is, guys. The first egg. The pink secret egg. Ooh, an egg. I'm sure we'll find a use for this somewhere. Not in this game, Banjo. The only use that you have for this game is to look at. Because now, all you can do is look at your stop and swap egg in your stop and swap menu. Alright, next up, let's go grab that ice key. We already heard your spiel once, Waza. I don't care about it again. Here it is, guys. The fabled Banjo-Kazooie Ice Key. Cool! An enormous ice key. We ought to keep this for later. Yeah, because you know where you'd like to stick it, I bet. Alright, next up, Gobi's Valley. A whole new world. A whole fantastic burning pit of quicksand, where it's very hot down there. It will scald the bear, and everyone will die. Okay, enough of me screwing around. Ooh, a sarcophagus. I wonder what's inside, even though we already know. It's Banjo-Kazooie's mystery blue secret egg. Alright. Oh wait, hold on. Whoa, another one of those special eggs. Yep. Okay, I will see you guys in the mansion. Hi, Kazooie. Don't you go and tell her about the secret in her cellar, or else you will die. Like that guy. But yes, we can find that the barrel that once had a steel plating over it is now open and... Ooh. And with this, we have the teal mystery egg. Would you look at that? One of my favorite colors. Let's see if you guys can guess why. I'll tell you right now, it's not hard. What? No dialogue this time? Okay. Alright. Our next location is in the bathroom. Let's go ahead and grab that egg. We did it! Ahoy there! And ow! Ow! Stop that! Whatever. The important thing is, we found the red egg! And... Hello, bed! You will give me an egg! Haha, epic! Fail. Okay, well, now we're back. Knock, knock! It's Knuckles. Yeah, I don't care. Give me your egg! You will give me an egg! And with that, we should have completed the Stop and Swap set. We have done it! Congratulations to me! Hooray! Alright, and with that, I think that just about completely finishes Banjo-Kazooie. One last thing I should mention, if we hop into Dingpot, even though we've already defeated Gruntilda, I believe this lets us view the ending again. Yep, sure enough, I was right. Alright, well, it was fun, guys. Now, the time for fun is finally over. That is the end of Banjo-Kazooie. I will see you guys in my next Let's Play. Laters! Hey, Gruntilda, you're dead. You can't say anything.